Good morning, all. Today we will begin with our 10th term work. Here we have to write a JavaScript code, and in this script we have to accept the username. We have to create basically 4 text boxes. So we have to accept the username. Now this username should not, we have to check that the username should not be blank. Also, the username can have combination of alphabets, digits, and underscore only. No special symbols will be allowed. So if the user is entering username with the combination of any special symbols, a proper alert should be displayed. If the username is kept blank, again an alert should be displayed. Also, the old password is set to ABC. So if the user is entering any other password apart from ABC, then a proper alert should be displayed. The new password and the confirm password should be same. The new password should be greater than 6 characters. It should have one uppercase letter, one lowercase letter, and any one special symbol. Also, the new password and the username should not be same. So these are the conditions for us, and then for to satisfy this we have to write a JavaScript. So let us see the code. So this is the code here. Now we have created a form. So we know how to create a form. Here we will have 4 text boxes, one for username, one for old password, one for new password, one for confirm the new password, and one button which is submit. When the function is called, the script is going to execute. So this is the function. The name of the function is check form, and we are passing the entire form in this. So now we are again here, we are not making use of get element by id. We are directly accessing the name that is given to the text boxes. So the form name here is form dot username dot value. So in the first if condition we are checking if the username text box is blank. If the username text box is blank, then the form should not be submitted. That is why we are returning false. So now what is this form alert? We already know alert is going to pop up on the screen. Then this form dot username dot focus, this focus is an event. So when the user is going to click on the text box here, see here, so this is getting highlighted. So this is focus. So now suppose I just click submit, we are getting an alert username cannot be blank. So this is the first condition, some username has to be entered. Next we have a pattern here. This is called as regular expressions. So now what is this the pattern is going to begin with slashes and end with a slash. This caret operator stands for negation. This slash w indicates that it should find a word character. What is a word character? Word characters can range from small a to small z, capital A to capital Z, and underscore. So this W is going to find A to Z, then it will find capital A to Z and an underscore. So this is slash, this is standing for slash W. Along with that, we are also checking this dollar is going to match towards the end of the pattern. Suppose the user enters any other special symbol apart from this underscore, so that time this dollar is going to work. So in this if condition we are checking. Now you can see in this RE we are trying to store this pattern. Here we are negating it. So we are checking, we are matching this pattern with the pattern or with the username that the user has entered in the text box. So here you can see this test is a method or it is a function, which is an inbuilt function in JavaScript, which is going to help us to match with the pattern. This is the pattern that we have defined. So with what it is going to match, it will be matching with the pattern that user has entered in the text box called username. Suppose the user enters any username which does not satisfy this condition. So that time this alert will pop up saying username must contain only letters, numbers and underscores. So, and if the user is entering such a pattern, so that time this form is not going to be submitted. So that is why we have written false. Now, if I enter here, so this is a combination, this is containing only alphabets. Suppose I enter digits. Along with this, I enter a special symbol. I'm allowed to enter only an underscore. So if I enter anything else apart from the underscore, it should pop up an alert. So it is telling me username must contain only letters, numbers, and underscores. So we get the message user must contain again only letters, numbers, and underscores. So the same holds true if you enter any other special symbol, whether at the beginning, in the center, or towards the end. So this is our second condition. So now these first two if conditions are for username. Now if I enter any other username and I click submit. So it is next, it is going to the next text box and the alert is coming from the next text box, that is old password is wrong. It means that the username condition is satisfied. So now we know that the old password is set to ABC. So if we enter anything else apart from ABC, or even if we keep it blank, so we are going to get an alert saying old password is wrong. So this is the if condition for checking the old password. So again, we are fetching what the user has entered in the text box with the help of the name, that is pwd old. So this pwd old is given here in the form. So we are fetching it with the help of name. So if we say form dot pwd old dot value is not equal to ABC, so we should get an alert saying old password is wrong and the form should not be submitted. So let us try this. If I have entered 123 and I click on submit, so it tells me old password is wrong. If I just keep it blank and click submit, I still get an alert old password is wrong. So once I enter ABC, now the first username condition is satisfied, the old password condition is satisfied. So then we should get an alert for new password. Now if I click on submit, it says please check that you have entered and confirmed your password. So it is checking for this particular text box. So now let us see the next condition. So now here we have an if condition where we are checking for the password that it should not be blank. So which is this pwd1? This pwd1 is for new password and pwd2 is for a confirm new password. Yes. So here if the new password is blank, and also if the new password and the confirm new password both have to be equal here. Then only it is going to enter inside this particular if condition. So if the value that is entered here is not blank, which means some value is entered here and the same value also has to be entered here. These both have to match, new password and confirm new password. Then it enters into the if condition. So here I have given new password as ABM and I write confirm, which means that new password is not blank. Also, new password should be equal to confirm new password. So again I write ABM and then I click submit. Now it is giving me password must contain at least 6 characters. So now it has entered into this if condition. So we were getting this particular message, password must contain at least 6 characters because our password contained only 3 characters. So since the value is less than 6, we are getting this message. And then it returns false, which means the form is not getting submitted. So now let us try to enter 6 characters. So now my new password is Aparna. It is same as the username. We also have a condition which checks that the username and the passwords should not be same. So here we get an alert saying password must be different from the username. So what is the next if condition here? The value of the new password is equal to the username that is entered by the user. Then we get the alert password must be different from the username. Next, we are again having a pattern here to match and the pattern here is 0 to 9. So this slash and this slash begin and end of the pattern here. So now here we are checking that the password that the user has entered, it has to be more than 6. Also, it should contain at least one number. Now if I will change this new password, we can see that the new password is 6 characters. It contains only alphabets. I have just changed the last letter to Z and I say submit. So now it is prompting an alert saying password must contain at least one number. So we can see that one condition is satisfied here, that a new password contains 6 characters, but it is not containing any digit. So now I will add one number, that is 1. The same here I'll say 1 and I will say submit. So now it is telling me password must contain at least one uppercase letter. So we are here. We are now matching this pattern. So here, sorry, this is for lowercase. We are here. So we are trying to match for at least one uppercase letter. So here we are again checking the value for the new password that is entered by the user, that it contains at least one uppercase character. If it does not contain, as now we have entered APARNZ and 1. So it is not containing any uppercase letter. So it will pop up this alert saying it should contain at least one uppercase letter. Now here we have one more pattern wherein we check for lowercase letters. This condition is already satisfied, so that is why we did not get this alert, because the new password that I have entered here is already in lowercase. I had entered APARNZ in lowercase. So now when once I enter a capital A, so we get you have entered a valid password, which means our program, all the conditions that were mentioned in the program script is satisfied. So you can see the values have got submitted. When all these conditions are satisfied, it executes the else part. The if condition is not executed and directly goes to the else part. So these conditions which were present in the if condition are skipped if your password contains one uppercase, one lowercase, one digit, and then also new password and confirm new password are same. So the else part is executed and we get this else part is executed and we get you have entered a valid password. So this one condition I didn't tell you. Else, in the else part here we are checking for, please check that you have entered and confirmed your password, which means new password and confirm new password have to be same. So let me enter again. Our old password has to be ABC. Now what if the new password I have entered here, Aparna 12. Let me make the first letter as capital. Now suppose the new password and the confirm new password are not same. Here new password is A is capital, and in confirm new password I have taken a small case A and then I click submit. So I get a message, please check that you have entered and confirmed your password, which means my new password and confirm new passwords are mismatching. Now let me enter here everything in capitals. I have entered Aparna 12. The same thing I will enter here. But I have not entered any character or any letter in small case. So I should get an alert for that. So it is telling me password must contain at least one lowercase letter. So now I'll write capital A, then my name 12. And here also I'll write the same password and I click submit. So now it says you have entered a valid password. So this is getting executed and now we can see here it is returning true, which means the form is getting submitted.